Now comes to the part of the recording. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskrityam.
Narayanam Namaskrityam.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Tato Jayamudirayet.
Tato Jayamudirayet.
Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu.
Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Bhagavati Ruttama Sloke.
Bhagavati Ruttama Sloke.
Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki.
Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto Chapter 7, verse 17. Tatayam chavataraste.
Tatayam chavataraste.
Bhuvo bharajihishaya.
Bhuvo bharajihishaya.
Swanam chananya bhavanam.
Swanam chananya bhavanam.
Anudhyanaya chasakrit.
Anudhyanaya chasakrit.
Tatayam chavataraste.
Tathayam chavataraste.
Bhuvo bharajihishaya.
Bhuvo bharajihishaya.
Swanam chananya bhavanam.
Swanam chananya bhavanam.
Anudhyanaya chasakrit.
Anudhyanaya chasakrit.
Tatayam chavataraste.
Tathayam chavataraste.
Bhuvo bharajihishaya.
Bhuvo bharajihishaya.
Swanam chananya bhavanam.
Swanam chananya bhavanam.
Anudhyanaya chasakrit.
Anudhyanaya chasakrit.
Translation and purport by Stephen Grace Arvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Synonyms. Tatha, thus.
Tatha, thus. Tatha, thus.
I am this.
I am this. I am this.
Cha, and.
Cha, and.
Avatara, incarnation.
Avatara, incarnation.
Te, you are.
Te, you are.
Bhuva, of the material world.
Bhuva, of the material world.
Bhara, burden.
Bhara, burden.
Jihishaya, for removing.
Jihishaya, for removing.
Swanam, of the friends.
Swanam, of the friends.
Cha Ananya Bhavanam, and of the exclusive devotees.
Cha Ananya Bhavanam, and on the exclusive devotees.
Anudhyanaya, for remembering repeatedly.
Anudhyanaya, for remembering repeatedly.
Cha, and.
Cha, and.
Krit, fully satisfied.
Fully satisfied.
Translation, please repeat after me. Thus you descend as an incarnation.
Thus you descend as an incarnation.
To remove the burden of the world.
To remove the burden of the world.
Your friends.
And to benefit your friends.
Benefit your friends.
Your exclusive devotees.
Especially those who are your exclusive devotees.
And are constantly wrapped in meditation upon you.
And are
And
constantly
who are
wrapped
in meditation upon you.
Purport. Gaura.
It appears that the Lord is partial to his devotees. Everyone is related with the Lord. He is equal to everyone, and yet he is more inclined to his own men and devotees. The Lord is everyone's father. No one can be his father, and yet no one can be his son. His devotees are his kinsmen, and his devotees are his relations. This is his transcendental pastime. It has nothing to do with mundane ideas of relations, fatherhood, or anything like that. As mentioned above, the Lord is above the modes of material nature, and thus there is nothing mundane about his kinsmen and relations in devotional service.
Hari Om Tat Sat. Amajnanatimirandasya jnananjana salakya chakshur unmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Sri Jaya Pataka Swamin Etina Mine Nama Acharya Padaya Nitaya Kripa Pradayine Gaura Kata Tamadhaya Nagara Grama Tharine Nama Om Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadhe Paschatya Desatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hariharaya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Gopala Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudanam Mukham Karoti Vachalam Pangulangai Tegri Metrupatam Hamundai Sri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanyam Ishwaram Hari Om Tat Sat. Very beautiful words, very attractive words. This verse is very loving verse to all the devotees because here we are, Srila Prabhupada is revealing the truth that it appears that the Lord is partial to his devotees. Mamayvamsa Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Yesterday also I discussed this point that everyone is part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of God, Lord Sri Krishna. In that sense, he is equal to everyone. And yet, he is more inclined to his own men and devotees. So this is the beauty. Though the Lord is the father of everyone, no one can be his father, and yet no one can be his son. Because his devotees are actually his kinsmen. His kinsmen. This is called a relationship. This particular relationship is not like material relationship that we are experiencing. This relationship is transcendental pastime. So, what relationship we have knowledge about, what relationship we have experience about, what relationship we value here is zero. It has no value actually because it is not true relation. And it is not true relation. Within one life, we entertain our father and mother so much that as if they are the only father and mother. But they themselves are temporary. Last year, I may have had a cat father and mother. Before that, I may have had a dog father and mother. Before that, I may have had a demigod father and mother. This life, I had a human father and have a human mother. So this This kind of things, we have so much relationship, we are giving importance, which is very temporary. If you are a genuine person, if you are a true person, then why don't you give that importance to the true relationship, which does exist eternally? If you are so much giving importance to the temporary relationship, that means you have some sense. Okay. But then why don't you be truthful to yourself? If for the temporary relationship, so much importance that we give, that we live or die for them, anyway, both will die. But still, the relationship so much that we live or die for them. Then why can't you do the same thing for the real relationship that you actually have, not illusory one? The Lord is so much partial to his, devotees, especially his friends and devotees. This is very, very important thing. Even when the Supreme Lord is inclined to, take us back, why are we not inclined to serve the Lord? Why are we not giving importance to the actual relationship? How can illusion be so powerful that we are, addicted to maintain relationship in the material world? Krishna is beyond the three modes of material nature. And we have personal relationship with him, each one individually, not group relationship. Individually, one-to-one, face-to-face. So, not this material kind of one-to-one, face-to-face. We need to understand, Sevan Mukehi Jikhwado, Swayam Yeva, Spuratyada, Na Bhavet Grahyam Indriya. Because this material blunt senses, with that you cannot experience Krishna. That is why we have forgotten the relationship. This is not possible with the material senses. But we have to make this material sense spiritualized or purified. How can it is possible? Sevan Mukhi Jikhwado. So when you engage yourself in the service of the Lord, Krishna, I want to serve you. That's all you qualification. Only this qualification. You tell Krishna, Krishna, I want to serve you. How do you tell that? By simply chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That's all. The meaning of this is nothing but Krishna, I want to serve you. And that is what it called Sevan Mukhi Jikhwado. Then Krishna will see, okay, this soul wants to serve me. Fine, but it has the blunt material senses which I don't even touch. So let me purify that. Cheto Darpanam Archanam. Immediately, the holy name of the Lord, which is non-different from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, cleanses and spiritualizes your senses so that your service is acceptable to him. And then you perform under the bona fide spiritual master devotional service. So this is the partiality that Krishna shows towards inclined devotees. It's very simple. No education qualification, no PhD degree, in very high family, or to become rich. Nothing. Simply a true feeling, a true desire. Krishna, so long I remained forgetting you. Now, somehow or the other, I have come to the sense that you are everything. By hearing from my guru or the spiritual master or from Shastra, Sadhu Shastra Guru, Satsanga, Lavamatra Sadhu Sangha Sarvasiddhi Haya, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has told, right? So this is the powerful transformation due to the association, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra Khaya, Lavamatra Sadhu Sangha, Sarvasiddhi Haya. So Sadhu Sangha is most important. So, and if you meet a sadhu, even if you converse one or two words with him, even if he asks, how are you? For example, Guru Maharaj, if anybody meets and he just asks, how are you? That can convince the person to something else. A transformation will happen, because he's the representative of Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is Sakshat Haridvena Samasta Shastra. All the Shastra also tells, and he is Nipun in all the Shastra also, and he Sakshat Hari. Sakshat means directly. Hari means Radha Madan Mohan. So he is Radha Madan Mohan. He is the representative of Radha Govinda. So that is the spiritual master, not ordinary person. So we have to take association of the spiritual master. Otherwise, Where is the progress or transformation? We maintain this temporary relationship, thinking this is permanent. Oh, she's my mother. Oh, he's my father. Last birth, you don't even know who were they. This month, suddenly you took up a relationship. Oh, my mother, my father. What is this? And next life, you won't even care who is they, where they went, what body they have taken. You were busy in finding another mother and father acting. Oh, here is my cat mother, he is my cat father, and I am cat child. What is this? We are cheating ourselves. We are cheating ourselves and we are cheating others, maintaining a temporary relationship amongst a group of living entities in different bodies. That is not the purpose of life, at least human life. It is not the purpose. We cannot understand Krishna even by studying Vedas that, yesterday, day before yesterday, we have seen. So Veda means knowledge, but ultimate knowledge is to understand Krishna. Vedaisya sarvairaham eva vedya. So that is not possible unless otherwise you get evam parampara praptam. Unless otherwise we come to the association of a spiritual master, it is impossible. So actually Vallabhacharya, he told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that I have described Krishna's meaning. Immediately Chaitanya Mahaprabhu refused. That I don't know any meaning of Krishna. I know Krishna Gopi Jana Vallabha, that's all. Gopi Jana Vallabha. What is the meaning of Krishna? No interpretation, no imagination. Oh, Krishna is all powerful, this, that. Nothing. Krishna is Vrindavana Chandra. Krishna is Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jaya Radha Madhava, Giridharadhari. That's all. That is why Srila Prabhupada used to sing in the every Bhagavatam class, Jaya Radha Madhava, Kunja Bihari. So Krishna is Jaya Radha Madhava. Krishna meaning means Jaya Radha Madhava. Krishna's meaning means Kunja Bihari. Krishna's meaning is Gopi Jana Vallabha. Krishna's meaning is Girivaradhari. Krishna meaning is Yashodanandan. Krishna meaning is Brajajana Ranjan. That is Krishna. That's all. There is no special meaning and speculation or phenomenal thing and this and that. That is Krishna. And he comes to convince us, the fallen conditioned soul. Yesterday we saw how much Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is extremely compassionate towards the fallen conditioned souls, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was feeling pain in the heart to see the conditioned, the status of the conditioned soul. And then anyone followers of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu should feel that. They should also feel the same. And then they should give the message of Krishna. Looking at the suffering person, how can one just like that go on enjoying? Not possible. He has to help. All the conditioned souls are suffering due to forgetful nature of Krishna, not struggle for existence. Because Krishna supplies everyone food, whether it is an ant or elephant. But they are suffering for want of Krishna consciousness. Very scarce, very rare. That you are having, you should give. The rarest thing should be given. Not the rarest thing gets more value and you earn more money, making something rare, artificial marketing. Not like that. This is truly rare, not even available to demigods, what to speak of then ordinary living entities, but that is available by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, this Krishna consciousness. So we have to give this to others. So Krishna is coming to attract us, to engage us in his service, because he said, Mamai Vamse Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. So here in this verse, you can see how beautifully it is said that Tathayam Chavataraste Bhuvo Bhara Jihirshaya. Jihirshaya, for removing what? Bhara, the burden. You see? An avatara is coming here to do something, some particular work. Lord Ramachandra, yesterday we chanted his name many times in the purport, how Muslims, as Haridas Thakur was telling, that how Muslims are very fortunate that they used to call Ha Rama, out of anxiety, out of pain and out of anger they call, and they don't even remember, but the meaning of that is, oh my Lord Ramachandra. And they are benefited. Haridas Thakur is an Amacharya, and he says that even though they don't know who is Lord Ram, because of their word, they will get benefited. No doubt about it. So this is the beauty. So, Bhuvo Bhara Jihir Shaya. So, why Lord Ramachandra came? He came to punish Ravana. That is Avatara's purpose. And there are so many avatars. We know that. In Srimad Bhagavatam, we read in third chapter, Matsya Avatara, Kurma Avatara, Varaha Avatara, Vamana Avatara, Narsimha Avatara, Parashurama Avatara, Balaram Avatara, Buddha Avatar. Buddha is also Avatar. Buddha, Keshava Dhrita, Buddha Sarira, Jai Jagadisha Hare. Yesterday, we had a quote from Srila Prabhupada. So when they said that for selling books, we have to tell so many different things, isn't it cheating? Isn't it, what do you call, cheating? Prabhupada said, no, it's not cheating. Buddha came, we know that Buddha is Krishna. And when Buddha is Krishna, that time the atheist population was there, the atheist class of men. They said, there is no God. So Buddha said, yes, you are right. There is no God. But you accept what I say. They said, yes, sir. That we will do. See, that is simple. So we can talk anything to make them Krishna conscious, to give them Krishna conscious, to distribute Prabhupada books. That is not cheating. Prabhupada has already authorized that. So, though we don't agree with Buddha philosophy, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Veda namaniya maudya hayata nashtika. So they are atheists. For the atheist only Buddha came. Buddha philosophy is actually atheism because there is no God. He says there is no God. So that is atheism only. But according to the class of people, somehow or the other, we have to make them obey God. So when God comes and say that, okay, you are right, there is no God, but you accept what I say. And then they said, yes, sir, that we will do. Which means they accepted God. So Krishna came as Buddha. That is the beauty of it. So, very beautiful that Krishna is partial to his devotees, and even to atheists he comes and make them accept God indirectly. So such a wonderful personality with whom we have such a personal relationship, and we can also feel that we can also use his partiality mentality towards his personal devotees. If we want to, we can become his devotee by simply becoming his devotee. And how can you become his devotee? When you take the compassionate, take the mood, take the feeling of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that all the fallen conditioned souls are suffering for want of Krishna consciousness, and try to give them the holy name. In that way, you can become devotee of Krishna. That simple it is. So, Shantha, Gopi, you want to add anything, or we'll go to the next verse?
Little bit of clarification I want to add. Very, very nice that how he is a Lord is a father, but not a father. Very simple. If we see with a philosophical point of view, Krishna is the only Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. But at the same time, all others are either plenary portions, expansions, or incarnations on the Purusha side, or it is Shakti. That is the Shakti, Andaranga Shakti, and Bahiranga Shakti. Either it is his potency, or is his expansions. Only everybody else who is existing can fall into two different categories. So his Shakti is, of course, his expansion are not different from him. That is different. Incarnation also not different from him. So there is one Purusha. There are many Prakriti, but the Prakriti or the living entity and internal potency, external potency, they have relationship with the Lord, like you said, and that is exhibited. Can you just go to the translation 1 second? So Arjuna is expressing that even though Lord doesn't have anything to do with this world, but he is still coming as incarnation. He is descending. Ascend means going up, descend means coming down. So from Goloka Vrindavan, from spiritual world, Krishna is descending. Always it is. So the word incarnation or avatar actually, Arohana, Avarohana. Arohana means which goes up. Avrohana means comes down, like a waterfalls. It comes down. And he comes to this world to benefit your friends, especially those who are your exclusive devotees and are constantly wrapped in meditation upon you. This is what I explained yesterday. Like when Kunti Maharani is telling, what is the reason for Krishna's appearance? Why does Krishna appear? So there are many reasons, like Dharma Stapanam, Dharma Stapanam, he will do the establishment of religion, to kill the miscreants, to protect the sadhus. There are many reasons. But actually, last Kunti Maharani is telling, there may be many reasons, but the original reason is to give pleasure to your devotees. So this is so wonderful that it is mutual. Okay, I am servant and Krishna is God. So only I will keep on giving him pleasure. Not like that. A living entity gets pleasure by performing devotional service. The unlimited pleasure which is experienced by a devotee even attracts Krishna. That Krishna would like to enjoy as a devotee. Because it's so wonderful. The devotional service is so wonderful that even the Supreme Lord gets attracted. So this is what the point I wanted to tell you here. And one more clarification, Prabhu was referring to a quote. It was very nice. Like the book distributors are speaking some words, which is not actually truth or something, just to push the books away. So Prabhupada said, that's all right. Even Buddha came, he was telling something else. He was telling, to convince the other person, mostly they are atheistic. So if you directly start preaching theism, then it will go into argument, this, that, and it will be a long speech. But to quickly put the book in his hand, somehow or other, Prabhupada's message get inside his hand, then it will be possible. So they gave an example of Buddha. But when it comes to preaching, when it comes to speaking, not handing over the book, rather, if we are a preacher, and we say that I'll beat around the bush, I'll tell something else, and later I'll tell about Krishna. First I'll crack some jokes, I'll give some motivational speech, and then later I will talk about Krishna. That is never going to happen. But as far as the book distributor is concerned, hot book, Prabhupada's hot things are readily available in hand. And in 1 second, that book is going to go into the other person's hand. So for convincing, we can do, like, for example, we maybe call people to the programs. Okay, you come to the program Bhagavad Gita, some program is there, 18 days Bhagavad Gita, or some Bhagavad Gita program, or understanding Krishna conscious program is there. You are enrolling people. You're doing only marketing, you're not preaching. Okay, in that case, you can use some methodology. That is not a problem. But the main preacher, Bhagavata, he should stick to the principles of Krishna consciousness. He can never deviate from that. And for example, a new devotee is there, he would like to call a friend to the temple, and he can say that, hey, it's my birthday, or I would like to celebrate in ISKCON, please join me. Actually, he wants his friend to somehow enter into ISKCON, see the deities, see all the beautiful devotional service activities. That may be the motive, but he may have some reason to invite him. Same way, book distribution means it's a hot cake. Prabhupada's books, Prabhupada's philosophy is right in the hand. Somehow, if the book goes into the other person's hand, either that person reads or somebody reads, if the book is pushed into the public, they read it, they understand it, and that's it. Everything there, I said it like that. There is no question of argument when there is a book in hand. There may be mental arguments. Even first time when we got the books, we were speculating, maybe Prabhupada is trying to create a new religion or something like that. But later, as we continue reading, we understand he's very genuine, and we accept it wholeheartedly. That is the power of Srila Prabhupada's books. So Prabhupada somehow or other wanted to reach the message. But when it is to direct preaching without the books getting involved initially, later, of course, we are going to introduce the books. But then we should be very careful when we portray ourselves. If you are a Bhagavata, if you are a preacher, we should be very careful that we are speaking what exactly we are selling. So this is also some preaching tips I wanted to give at this particular point of time. This is the difference between being a direct preacher and being a marketer who brings the people into the holy name market. So little difference is there. Is that okay, Vrajeshwar Prabhu? Because I just want
Yes.
to ask you this question.
Yeah, beautiful,
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah, we can go to the
What
next
I
verse.
missed, you told. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Very important point. So let's go to the next verse. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 7, verse 26. Kim idam svit kuto veti.
Kim idam svit kuto veti.
Deva deva na vedmi aham.
Deva deva na vedmyaham.
Sarvatho mukhamayati.
Sarvato mukamayati.
Teja paramadharunam.
Teja parama tarunam. Varadadu.
Am I audible to everybody?
They are all muted. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Kim idam svit kuto veti.
Kim idam svit kuto veti.
Deva deva na vedmi aham.
Deva
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 deva na
Navedamyaham.
vedmyaham.
Sarvato mukhamayati.
Sarvato
Sarvato
mukamayati.
Teja paramadharunam.
Teja
Paramadharunam.
Kim idam svit kuto veti.
Kim
Idam svit kuto veti.
Deva deva na vedmyaham.
Deva Deva Navedamyaham.
Sarvato mukamayati.
Sarvato Mukhamayati.
Teja paramadharunam.
Teja
Paramadharunam.
Translation and purport. Please repeat after me. Synonyms. Kim, what is?
Kim, what is?
What is?
Idam, this.
Idam this.
Svit, does it come?
Sweet does it come?
Kuta, where from?
Kuta,
Where from?
Va iti, be either.
Pa
iti,
Either
Deva Deva, oh Lord of Lords.
Deva,
Deva
Lord of
Lord of
Lords.
Lords.
No, not.
Not.
With me, do I know?
With me do I.
I know.
Aham, I.
Aham, I.
I.
Sarvatra, all around.
Sarvata, all around.
Mukham, directions.
Mukham,
Mukam
direction.
direction.
Ayati, coming from.
Ayati, coming from.
Teja, effulgence.
Teja, effulgence.
Effulgence.
Parama, very much.
Parama, very much.
Darunam, dangerous.
Darunam, dangerous.
Translation, please repeat after me. O Lord of Lords,
O Lord of Lords,
how is it that this dangerous effulgence is spreading all around?
How is it
that this
that
dangerous
this
effulgence is spreading all
effulgence is
around?
spreading all around?
Where does it come from?
Where does
Where
it come
does it
from?
come from?
I don't understand it.
I do not understand
I do
it.
not understand it.
Purport.
Anything that is presented before the personality of Godhead should be so done after due presentation of respectful prayers. That is the standard procedure. And Sri Arjuna, although an intimate friend of the Lord, is observing this method for general information.
Hariam, that's very beautiful. Very beautiful. You see, Arjuna is in the verge of death. Okay, death is right in front of him. Even at that situation, when he addresses the Supreme, first of all, he didn't react out of fear. Second thing, he has very clear knowledge that death has come already. And then he is completely remained surrendered. So he approached Krishna with this proper procedure. Okay, not that, oh, bomb is already falling on the head. At the time, how can I keep glorifying Krishna? No. First of all, address Krishna the way you should address. Prabhupada is very beautifully explaining here. So how wonderfully this what do you call Arjuna has addressed Krishna in the previous verses. Oh Krishna, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You descend here for the welfare of all others. You are very inclined towards your friend and devotees. So, first of all, this is the way you address with respectful prayers. Whenever you write a question to Guru Maharaj, you say that, my dear Guru Maharaj, I offer my respectful obeisances unto your lotus feet. My question is that. So like that. So when we write letter also. So first of all, we have to offer the respectful prayers, and that is standard procedure. And then you can ask your question. Now Arjuna did not speculate by looking at the lightning. Okay. He didn't speculate. He was not proud of all the knowledge of nuclear weapons he had already. But he didn't even relate his knowledge to what's happening. He is fully surrendered to Krishna. So he is praising Krishna. Even at the time of death, he is interested in praising Krishna rather than talking of these, material things. That is one point. Second point is that he's asking question to Krishna after giving due respectful prayers unto Krishna. That how is that this dangerous effulgence is spreading all around? Where does it come from? So why you want to speculate when the known person is already the one who has got a guru? This person need not speculate, even though he may have knowledge. Still, he need not speculate. Why Vyasadeva has meditated on Narad Muni when he was not unhappy? It is not that Vyasadeva could not understand the reason. He already knew the reason. He found the reason why he was not very happy. But still, he prayed to Narad Muni only. This is the procedure. This is the standard procedure. And so here Krishna is acting as spiritual master to Arjuna also, apart from being a friend. And Arjuna has inquired unto Krishna this question. There is also an important point that already Srila Prabhupada has mentioned, that this Brahmastra, what is launched by this Ashwatthama, actually this Brahmastra is the nuclear weapon or nuclear bomb in the modern world. But what is the difference between this Brahmastra and the nuclear bomb or nuclear missile that we are having here? The difference is that the foolish scientist of today has not got still belief in the subtle form. So their nuclear missiles are made up of earth, water, ether, fire, and air. That is gross element. With the gross, they made this nuclear weapon. But Ashwatthama's nuclear missile is made of mantra, subtle energy. So the subtle can destroy gross more than the gross can destroy gross. So that's more powerful to act on the gross body. Otherwise, how the mind is manipulating our body and senses, giving bodily concepts so strong, which is false. So subtle has more power. If the subtle things are treated properly, you can do wonders. You can make Krishna consciousness spread like anything. So this is one of the most important thing, that we also have got a missile of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, which is mantra, made of mantra. It works beyond subtle. This particular, we have more powerful than the Ashwatthama's missile. Ashwatthama's missile will destroy the gross, but our missile will, eradicate, purify the both gross and subtle. This Hare Krishna missile is very powerful. And if this is when going inside, it will bring the soul to its original consciousness. This is a missile not to make you unconscious. This is a missile that will make you truly Krishna conscious. That's the beauty of this missile. And this is also made up of mantra, the most powerful mantra. So Ashwatthama's missile is made up of mantra, that is subtle body. So subtle way. Modern science has not reached to that point of subtle existence. So they cannot understand how transmigration of the soul takes place by chanting Hare Krishna. And even by not chanting Hare Krishna, they cannot understand how the transmigration of soul takes place by the karma. Because this today's science has no such knowledge. They have imperfect knowledge. They see only gross body. They have no knowledge about anything called subtle body. But the subtle body is there. I cannot see your mind. You cannot see my mind. But I know that you have got mind. You don't see my mind, but you know that I have got mind, intelligence, ego, my conception, my identity. I am this, I am that. So all this concept is there. That is called ego. And my intelligence and my mind, you cannot see. Neither I can see yours. So how the mind and intelligence and personal identity, egotism carries the soul to another body, they don't see. This is transmigration from one body to another. So this is also this they cannot see. And Brahmastra, which they make, is also like with the gross chemicals. Okay, so they cannot understand the subtle Brahmastra that Ashwatthama has launched. And more powerful Brahmastra we have. We don't have Brahmastra, we have Krishnastra. So our Krishnastra is this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. The Krishnastra never destroys anything. It only purifies. Krishnastra gives love for Krishna. Krishnastra, gives you original consciousness. We are actually unconscious. We are fainted. Spiritually, we are fainted. And the Krishnastra, which is Hare Krishna Mahamantra, when it enters into the ear, it will go and awaken the dormant love for Krishna in the soul, and the soul restored to Krishna consciousness. That is the beauty of Krishnastra. So, anything Shantha Gopi wants to tell?
Nothing much. The importance of the prayers, like how sometimes we see that when we take class or when we conduct programs, there is we don't straight away come to the point. Okay, come to the point. In material world, they just don't want anybody to speak anything, but just answer their question. But here we see that how important it is that even though there is a dangerous effulgence which is coming front and the nuclear weapon is released to attack Arjuna and kill him, despite that particular situation, because if you see Ashwatthama, it's a requirement, it's a prerequisite that you need to touch water in order to release the Brahmastra. That is the only reason this guy is going and touching the water. He doesn't have any etiquette. So he doesn't pray, he doesn't either pray Father, somebody pray a Guru, nothing. There is a fear and release of the Astra. That's it. There is a fear, but the release of the Astra requires touching water. Whatever is essential, only that much he's doing. Just launching into throwing the Astra. But we see that a devotee, when he is seeing any danger, even though it's a great danger, the first thing he does is take shelter of Krishna. Before even asking any favor or asking questions, despite their friends, is actually glorifying the Supreme Lord, not just glorifying, telling Krishna about his own qualities, which is naturally glorious. Generally, in material world, when somebody says glory and glorifying, that means telling something which is not. Or he may have like so many bad qualities, and only one or two some good quality will be that be highlighted. Because you can say something about somebody, which actually means there are so many other things which you don't say. Either you don't know, or they are not qualified for that glorification. That it need not be highlighted. So you have to highlight something. But Krishna's every activity, from the appearance and every single pastimes, even a single move, walking. Why Bhagavad Gita is called Bhagavad Gita is because every talk of his Krishna is singing, and every walk is dancing. Prabhupada is mentioning this. So there is nothing non-glorious about Krishna. So we can just say about Krishna, that itself is glorious. So here Arjuna is naturally expressing how Krishna establishes the religion. He is very dear to his devotees, protects him. Then he gives a little bit of that affection is naturally coming in front before even his protection. Before even I have to protect myself, selfishly oriented. So Anya Abhilashita Sunyam Jnana Karmadi Anavritam Anukulyena Krishna Anusilanam Bhakti Uttama. So here we can see a Uttama Bhakta Arjuna, that how wonderful that despite there is a danger coming, he is just telling Krishna sweet words to Krishna exchange. He's just feeling Krishna can do this. He's feeling, he's expressing his feelings. And prayers that Prabhupada is telling here, anything that is presented before the personality of Godhead should be so done after due presentation of respectful prayers. That is a standard procedure. And Sri Arjuna, although an intimate friend of the Lord, so this etiquette is not required in spiritual world. When it is to Yashoda, not in Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha, there is etiquette. In Dwaraka, Krishna is a king, there is an etiquette. But when it is to Vrindavan, we directly see that directly they're talking to Krishna. Sometimes Radharani is talking indirectly to Krishna. So there is not etiquette there in Goloka Vrindavan. But otherwise, when we are in the middle world, when we are executing Krishna consciousness under the order of the spiritual master, like Prabhu said, when we want to ask questions to Guru Maharaj, we say, my dear Guru Maharaj, please accept my respectful obeisances. So we have some etiquette or a methodology to talk to that other person. Especially when it's Vaishnavas, especially Guru and Krishna. That is a standard procedure. And Sri Arjuna, although an intimate friend of the Lord, is observing this method for general information. So we should know when we go into the temple, when we look at the Lord, what should we do? This is a general question. Immediately, if you go to some standard Hindu, so-called Hindu temples, Tirupati, there is Balaji, beautiful Srinivas, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Swayambhu Murti. The Srinivas went inside, the Lord incarnated, he was a person, he was roaming around, he had pastimes with people, he just went inside that palace and he just stood up and became a devotee. Sorry, became a deity, sorry, forgive me, became a deity, Govinda. So there will be so much crowd there, you can't see the Lord even for like 2-3 seconds maximum we can see. 2 or 3 seconds we can see maximum. So people, what they do is, they take a list of things to ask from the Lord. I want to ask this, I want to ask this. Because he can give everything, Varadaraj. They know he's Supreme Personality of Godhead. They know that he can provide anything and everything. So whatever they want, they make a big list. And when they go in front of the beautiful form of the Lord, immediately they close the eye. Hey, you stood up in the queue for many, many hours here. Why can't you just look at the beautiful form of the Lord and just be appreciative? No. Because when you see the beautiful form of the Lord, like Durva, you cannot remember your material requirements. You will certainly become very satisfied. When you become very satisfied, you don't feel like asking anything. This is really, really the nature of devotional service. Taking darshan is a devotional service, okay? And the nature of the Supreme Lord. Atma Ramaschamunayo, Nirgranti Abhiurukrama, Kuruvanti Ahitukam Bhakti Midam Buddhagur. He can, it's all attractive. And he can attract anybody and they'll become very satisfied, very happy when simply seeing the Lord, and they'll forget all their material pangs, miseries, everything they'll forget. So generally when the people go to the temple, they have a long list. They won't look at the Lord, but rather the list, and they keep reading this, that. In the mind, they have the list. They'll keep reading all that. I want this, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want this, please, Lord. So if they get an opportunity to talk to the deities, there is no glorification, there is no loving exchange, nothing. Only Srila Prabhupada taught us. Only in Krishna conscious movement, the followers of Lord Chaitanya are really having a wonderful relationship with the Lord. So other people, the Hindu society, the so-called Hindu society, you go in, it's very nasty. Any demigod temple also, from the pujari till the persons who visit, everybody is thinking it's like an ATM machine of giving boons. They just go there and just read. Their problem is everything. They don't have any affection. And even if there is a little affection shown, that is in order to extract something out of the other person. It's a false glorification, because not by practical realization. They say, Ganapati Papa Moria, you call Ganapati as Papa. Do you really realize who's your father? Did this Ganapati your father's father? No, he is not the source. See, just calling him by that in order to extract some boon or benefit from him. So identifying oneself with the body and considering the bodily relationship to be the permanent, and using the Supreme Lord as an instrument to enhance this so-called relationship. And the likes and dislikes, the ups and downs of these relationships are happening due to our karma. And anyway, it is temporary, it is going to get terminated at one point of time. And using the Supreme Lord in order to enhance this relationship, but not even taking 1% step to go near the original relationship. The Sabdharma. The Dharma, there is a book called Dharma, which is a combination of from the portion of Bhagavatam, the first canto portions which are taken. What is real dharma? Very, very nice book. That's all the purports which we read only. Tyaktva swadharmam charanambujam hare bhajan apaktva tatva means actually you leave your swadharma, so-called bodily dharma, and serve Krishna. That is full benefit. But at the same time, you're performing your duties as whatever, as mother, as father, as son, as daughter, as a company employee, as a friend, as a neighbor, for the society, for the world, for anything which you do in the so-called bodily concept is temporary. You do all these things perfectly, but you don't worship Lord Hari, then everything is a waste. Everything is a waste. But you worship Hari, but you're not so very perfect. You're trying to be good, trying to be proper citizen, proper person, but you're not able to be so very perfect. That's all right. But the trying should be there, that I'm not disturbing other living entities. There's a quality of devotee which is explained by Rupa Goswami, that he is not careless in his dealings in the material world. This is one of the quality which Rupa Goswami is mentioning as the characteristics of a devotee. He is not careless in his everyday dealings. So we are not careless, but at the same time, nobody can be perfect in the imperfect world and the temporary relationships. Not being careless, but at the same time, we are worshipping Lord Hari, then everything is perfect. Even on Sukracharya, who's the Brahmana, a guru of Asuras. So Vamanadev is asking, Indra is so scared of your yajna, Sukracharya. When Vamanadev appeared and arrested Bali Maharaj, after arresting, he's asking Sukracharya, even Indra is so scared of your yajna. So perfect. And it's giving complete result. Even Brihaspati, question is whether Brihaspati will be able to do that much. Amazingly, the result is yielded 99, I think 100 Yasvamedha Yajna, 100 Yajna, something you need to do. 1000, I think, 999 and over, last Yajna Vamanadeva appeared. Because 100% it's going to become successful. So he's asking how it is possible. And because he's an atheistic guru, the question is how your yajnas are so perfect. Then Sukracharya is giving a beautiful answer. Very sweet sloka. Very, very amazing verse. Very sweet sloka. Sukracharya is telling. He's telling that in my yajna, whatever I perform according to the Vedic knowledge, which I've learned properly. As perfect as possible. It's not that I'm careless in execution. But at the same time, when I'm ending the yajna, I'm chanting the holy name of Lord Hari Krishna. I chant the name of Krishna and say that, my dear Krishna, whatever is this yajna, I offer all these results unto you, and you kindly bless this. So in this way, he chants the holy name of the Lord. He expresses this. This is coming in Bhagavatam, in Bali Maharaj pastime. This is a verse from Bhagavatam, where Sukracharya is mentioning that my yajna is perfect because of the holy name of the Lord. See, in those times, now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and gave the holy name. In those days, yajna, meditation, temple worship, these kind of things were there in the previous yugas. But he has understood the secret, Sukracharya, that the holy name of the Lord can perfect anything. Any imperfection will become perfect just by the holy name of the Lord. That is why Guru Maharaj also sometimes, very rarely, when we eat outside or when we happen to travel or something, we say Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu. So in the holy name of the Lord, we need not say Krishna's name, rather Vishnu's name. So then it will purify. This is not Guru Maharaj, he himself told, but it is mentioned in the scriptures in many, many places. Not in one place. One place in Krishna book, Prabhupada mentions that how Yashodamayi chanted Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu in order to purify, because his son is getting affected. Krishna is getting constant threat by the Asuras. So many, many other places also, we saw that Sanatana Goswami is mentioning. So anything can be purified by Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu. And another verse is that, which says like, Apavitra Pavitrova, Sarvovasthan Kadobiva, Yasmaret Pundarikaksham, Abhyandara Suchihi. Apavitra Pavitrova, something may be pure. Apavitra is something is impure. Pavitrova, something may be pure. So something may be impure or pure, doesn't matter. Apavitra pavitrova, sarvo vastan kadobiva. There are many, many vastus, many things in this world. Yasmare pundari kaksham abhyandara suchihi. Simply by remembering the Supreme Personality of Lord Hari, if you remember and utilize that item becomes purified. You touch it. First you remember Lord Hari and then touch the item, it becomes purified. So only, even it's not a prasadam when we are getting something which is without any onion, garlic or meat or egg or anything. We just touch it and say that Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu. My dear Lord, at this particular point of time, I'm not able to have a proper prasadam, your saliva, which actually I desire this very moment. But it is not available in this situation. But I have to maintain this body in order for the service of my Guru Maharaj. So, in order to please, in order to serve, in order to perfect my life also by chanting, I need to maintain this as of now. So I'm taking this, kindly bless and purify this. It's surely not prasadam, but it is purified from any sin. So, but it shouldn't be misused. Rather, in exceptional situation, we use this. So in this way, remembering Lord Hari is possible by the holy name. That many places, Smaranam, Prahalad is also said to have chanted the holy name of the Lord. Of course, he remembered. And because his Guru Maharaj had given him the holy name, who was Narada Muni, Narada Muni always initiates by holy name. There is no initiation is authorized if there is no holy name involved. So Narada Muni certainly initiated the Guru Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, everybody with holy name. So Prahlad Maharaj chants the holy name and remembers the Lord. Then everything becomes perfect. And same way like Sukracharya, who's even the Ashura's Guru. But a very nice Brahmana, see, he knows the conclusion. That he is telling the glories of the holy name. That time when Yajna was prominent to please Lord Vishnu, is telling this verse that I chant the holy name in order to bring it to perfection. So these are all some of the secrets which we can understand, that how by chanting the holy name or any material situation, rather than immediately searching for a materialistic answer. Oh, there is so much problem, ma'am, so I was not able to chant. So much problem in my office, I was not able to chant. I was not able to listen to Krishna's lectures. No. See the problem which Arjuna is facing. See the problem. Don't try to solve material problem with material. Just remember Krishna first. Chant Hare Krishna. Sukhe dukhe bhule na ko vadane Hari Naam Korori. Chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Then you perform that activity which is required at that particular point of time, when there is a problem, when there is a danger, when there is a irritating situation. Never forget Krishna. You can understand here, Arjuna is simply calling Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Mahabaho is the first statement when he sees nuclear weapon. Atom bomb can destroy countries and continents. The nuclear weapon can destroy this. But seeing even a nuclear weapon, which is the most danger compared to whatever situation we are in, we are giving 1,000 excuses to stay away from Krishna consciousness. This is going to lead us to danger. 100%, like Ashwatthama. We have to follow Mahajananena Gatasa Pantha. As soon as we have a difficult situation, simply remember Lord Krishna. Gauranga especially, the first verse in Srimad in Chaitanya Charitamrita, first verse means third verse it is. First two verses are prayers. But the immediate first verse, which is third verse, third or fourth, I don't remember. First 2, 3 are prayers. After that, the first verse is anybody who remembers Lord Chaitanya, the most difficult things which cannot be performed will become very easy. The most easy thing will become very difficult for a person who don't remember Gauranga. So for a person who don't remember Gauranga, the most easy thing will become very difficult. But the person who remembers Gauranga, the most difficult things will become very easy. So always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. Chanting the holy name of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare is the only solution. And also we can chant, of course, Gauranga. But primarily is given by Acharyas, given in initiation. Hare Krishna Mahamantra is more important than anything else. So because it is given directly in our initiation ceremony and directly by Guru Maharaj. So we should chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. For us, that is a prayer like our Any situation, sukhe dukhe. When sukha comes, don't think that, oh, in difficulty, I'll remember Krishna. Happiness comes, then I will enjoy myself. Then also you chant Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, my dear Krishna. Whatever it is, you are protecting me. And then you enjoy. There is nothing wrong in enjoyment, but forgetting Krishna is wrong. That is the point which is given over here. How nicely we can see Vaishnavas and learn. Arjuna is an amazing example. Always victorious. Always victorious. But when Krishna was absent, he was defeated. That also he expresses to Yudhishthira. That just in the absence of Krishna, of course, he was very sad. Like when Guru Maharaj had stroke, most of us were very, very sad. So there may be some defeatings. People come over and do calamities out of envy, out of competitive mentality. We don't know. We see that when somebody is very, due to spiritual emotions, the other are support. And anyway, so this kind of feelings Arjuna is expressing to Yudhishthira. That's a beautiful thing. Krishna consciousness is very sweet and beautiful. Enjoy it. And at the same time, always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Any questions, comments? Prabhu, little bit, you want to add anything, or we can directly go to the conclusion? Hari Bol, Vrajeshwar Prabhu, you are around? Kindly unmute.
Yes, yes. Very nice. So sometimes small purport also inspires reveals so much of truth that we can discuss. Anybody has any questions, comments, or realizations? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Haribol.
Haribol.
Okay. Jai.
Questions and comments and session. Let's wind up and join back 2 o'clock and chant congregationally together tomorrow, followed by Srimad Bhagavatam class. Grandra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Jai. Guru Maharaj ki jai. Satsang ki jai. Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripa
Jai.